Meanwhile, the director tells Boyka to bring his passport and gives it to him, saying, "Be careful in Russia because everyone is after you," and Boyka doesn't care. He went to Russia, and when he reaches the border, the Russian soldiers stop them. A soldier comes and asks them for their passport. Boyka hands it over. Then, a soldier asks Boyka why he came to Russia, and he replies, "I came to mourn my friend who passed away." And he provides the information. Victor, after a long journey, reaches the children's hall, where she used to work as soon as it opened, and when he arrived, she left in a car. Meanwhile, the guard approaches Boyka and asks him what he is doing standing there. Boyka asks about the woman and where she went. He also asks when she will return, and the guard tells him that if he wants to find her, he should go to the place where she is heading, and gives him the address she went to. When night falls, Boyka goes to the place, and when he arrives, he realizes that this place is a bar and a location filled with corruption and illegal activities, and this place is inhabited by all the dangerous people and criminals, and also this place is completely lawless. Afterwards, Boyka saw a match between two wrestlers, or one of the wrestlers. Against his opponent, he takes the microphone and starts to challenge everyone present or Boyka, due to the provocation. Wanted to engage and wrestle him, but he managed to control himself because he has a goal coming his way, and he doesn't want to ruin his goal. Meanwhile, Boyka saw the woman coming to work on him, so she goes to him and asks him not to pursue her anymore, but before he can answer, the guards of the place come to him and ask him. He went outside and they threatened him with a weapon because he was bothering the water, and when their boss came out, he asked them to beat him up and get rid of him. Even after he arrived here, when they gathered around him, Boyka fought them off and was able to overcome them very quickly. But suddenly, their boss aimed the weapon at Boyka's head, and Boyka quickly assessed the situation and managed to dodge. Their big boss, whose name is Zorbi, starts to applaud Boyka and asks him to work for him until he fights in the ring and gives him money. But Boyka refuses and tells him he came for the water, not for your money. But Zorbi refuses and tells him it's about the water and the whole region, and no one can take anything without my knowledge. Then he drives Boyka out of the area, and Zorbi tells the guards to keep an eye on him. A place he goes to, and I want updates about him regularly, and when he comes at night, he goes to sleep on his bed, but while he's asleep, he gets hit by a nightmare. He sees Victor while he is chasing him, and here Boyka wakes up from his sleep. And on the morning of the next day, Boyka goes to the gym, and when he arrives, the guard prevents him from entering, but Boyka punches him and gets in. When she sees him, the girl approaches him and asks, "What do you want from me?" He replies, "I have a message from your husband, Victor." And indeed it is. She takes the message, thanks him, and asks where he knows my husband from. So he tells her that he was the reason for his death, but he didn't mean it, because we were entering a wrestling match. And he gives her the money he would send her when he gets married to her, and he apologizes to her, but she refuses to take the money and kicks him out of the place because he, the reason for her husband's death. Then Boyka comes out looking sad, and when he comes out he confronts the same guard, so he attacks him and walks away while the other one watches. Boyka approaches Zorba and says, "No, I agree to work with you, but between us, let's set some terms, and my condition is to play 3 matches and win them in exchange for your freedom and canceling all the debts against me." Her husband Victor, and indeed Zorbi, agrees to his deal, and Boyka tells her that he will finish the matches within 1 week. And Zorbi says to him, "I guarantee you that the police won't reach you at all, because the area is completely under my control." And meanwhile, Boyka calls his manager, and says to him, "I will be delayed for a whole week," and his manager gets upset, because he knows the danger that exists in Russia, for Boyka, and he knows that the entire government is in turmoil after he leaves the house. And when he stepped out, I confronted him, and asked him not to act for her sake, and put his life in danger. I told him that I don't need your help, but you know, he told her, "I'm not doing this for you, rather, I want to fulfill your husband's debt. It's the least I can do to alleviate my guilt towards Victor, who died because of me." After that, he leaves her and goes away. A first round of Boyka starts as he plays a match against a wrestler, and when the wrestling began, everyone was amazed by Boyka's performance, and he kept mocking his opponent, executing all the moves on him, and in the end, delivered the final blow. He won the match, and the referee seemed to think Boyka was going to kill him, but he didn't. Because I remember Victor, and here we know that Boyka won the first round, and he advanced to the second round, with 2 more rounds to go until he is freed. In the meantime, the water comes and fills the glass, so he asks her for directions to a place where he can practice, and she tells him that she doesn't know any place, but he can come to her house to practice in her husband's space. Indeed, he goes to her house, and when he arrives at the place, he is surprised because she tells him that this place might not be suitable for him. "But I have nothing else, and I tell her not to worry because I like the place," and he starts training, but suddenly, he sees the kids who are impressed by him and amazed by his performance. Then the mother comes and takes them away from him, but he tells her to leave them because they didn't bother him. Meanwhile, a new day arrives, which is the day of the match, but he is surprised when he sees Zerbi entering with 2 wrestlers.